The story of Google is not just about the creation of a search engine. It is a story about vision, persistence, and the power of rethinking how information is organized. Long before Google became a household name, the technology world was already filled with giants. Yet, as Bill Gates once admitted, the real threat was never the companies everyone could see. It was the unknown innovators working quietly, experimenting with ideas that could change everything overnight. That concern became reality when two young researchers transformed a simple academic project into a company that would redefine the digital age. Early lives, foundations of curiosity and excellence. Sergey Brin and Larry Page were born in the same year, 1973, but grew up in very different parts of the world. Despite this, their early lives shared striking similarities that would later shape their partnership. Sergey Brin was born in the Soviet Union into a family deeply rooted in mathematics and science. However, being Jewish in that environment meant limited academic and professional opportunities for his parents. Recognizing these constraints, his family made the difficult decision to leave their homeland in search of better prospects. This move instilled in Brin a strong sense of purpose and determination. From a young age, he absorbed a mindset centered on excellence, never settling for second place and always striving to be the best. Larry Page, on the other hand, grew up in the United States, surrounded by technology. His parents were pioneers in computer science at a time when the field itself was still emerging. Their work exposed him to advanced ideas early in life, sparking his curiosity about how computers could solve complex problems. Unlike many children, Page grew up in an environment where innovation was not just encouraged, it was expected. These parallel influences, Brin's disciplined ambition and Page's exposure to cutting-edge technology, would later merge into a powerful combination. The meeting that changed the internet. Their paths crossed at Stanford University in 1995. At first, they were not immediate collaborators. In fact, they often debated and challenged each other's ideas. But this intellectual friction proved to be productive. Both were deeply interested in understanding the rapidly growing World Wide Web, which at the time was chaotic and difficult to navigate. Search engines existed, but they were inefficient, slow, and often produced irrelevant results. Users had to sift through pages of information, most of which was not useful. Recognizing this flaw, Page and Brin began exploring a new approach, one that focused not just on keywords, but on the relationships between web pages. Their breakthrough came when they realized that links could act as a measure of credibility. If many websites linked to a particular page, it likely meant that the page contained valuable information. This insight led to the development of a ranking system based on backlinks, a revolutionary concept at the time. This idea became the foundation of their search engine, setting it apart from anything that had come before. Naming the vision and taking the risk. The name Google was inspired by the mathematical term Google, representing the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. It symbolized their ambitious goal to organize an almost infinite amount of information. In 1998, they officially registered their company and made a bold decision. They left their PhD programs to focus entirely on their startup. This was a risky move, especially given the uncertainty surrounding their idea. Many investors were skeptical, believing that the market was already saturated with search engines. Everything changed when Andy Bechtolsheim saw a demonstration of their technology. Impressed by its potential, he immediately wrote a check for $100,000, even before the company was fully established. This moment marked the beginning of Google's journey from a research project to a real business. Building a different kind of company. From the beginning, Page and Brin wanted Google to be different. While other websites tried to keep users on their pages for as long as possible, Google focused on delivering fast, accurate results, even if it meant sending users elsewhere. Their homepage reflected this philosophy. It was simple, uncluttered, and free of distractions, an intentional contrast to competitors filled with ads and content. However, this approach created a major challenge: how to generate revenue without compromising user experience. Initially, the founders were reluctant to use advertising, viewing it as intrusive, but they eventually developed a solution that aligned with their values: targeted text-based ads linked to search queries. This system allowed businesses to reach users at the exact moment they were searching for relevant information. It was subtle, efficient, and highly effective. Over time, it became one of the most successful advertising models in history. Rapid growth and strategic leadership. As Google expanded, the need for experienced leadership became clear. Investors encouraged the founders to bring in someone who could manage the growing complexity of the company. This led to the appointment of Eric Schmidt as CEO. Schmidt brought stability and business expertise, while Page and Brin continued to focus on innovation. This balance allowed Google to grow rapidly without losing its creative edge. During this period, Google introduced a wide range of products, including Google Maps, Google News, and Gmail. Each product expanded Google's reach and reinforced its mission to make information accessible to everyone. Facing ethical dilemmas and global challenges. With success came new challenges. As Google expanded into international markets, it encountered complex ethical issues. One of the most controversial decisions was its entry into China, where it agreed to comply with government censorship in order to access a massive user base. This decision sparked widespread debate about the balance between business growth and ethical responsibility. It also highlighted the broader challenges faced by global technology companies operating in different political environments. At the same time, concerns about privacy began to emerge. Services like Gmail and targeted advertising raised questions about how user data was collected and used. These issues would become central to discussions about technology and trust in the years to come. Innovation beyond search. Google's ambitions extended far beyond search. The company expanded into new areas, including mobile technology with Android, video sharing with YouTube, and mapping with Street View. Each of these innovations transformed its respective field. Android made smartphones more accessible, YouTube changed how people consume content, and Google Maps redefined navigation. However, diversification also brought new challenges, including competition from companies like Microsoft and Facebook. To stay ahead, Google had to continuously adapt and innovate. Lasting impact and legacy. Over time, Google evolved from a startup into one of the most influential companies in the world. Its products became an integral part of daily life, shaping how people search, communicate, and interact with information. The journey of Larry Page and Sergey Brin demonstrate the power of curiosity, collaboration, and bold thinking. They did not simply improve existing technology, they reimagined it entirely. Their story also serves as a reminder that innovation often comes from unexpected places. What began as a university project grew into a global force that continues to shape the future of technology. Don't forget to like and subscribe.